Hey guys, welcome to Ride VIP, the Righteous channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video, I would like to talk to you guys about making money with Uber and some of the latest strategies that I've been using in order to do so. And I would like to tell you how much I've been making lately, and share with me, guys, if you're doing something similar or better. And if you would like to share your strategies or secrets in the comments section below, it would be greatly appreciated. That way you could help other viewers. So this week I've been noticing that I'm making about $25 an hour. I worked a lot less this week. I've been doing some cherry picking, and then also I've been doing some regular rides. I've been getting more tips than usual, but overall income is $25. So I've done something differently this week, and the difference is that I did not select any quest. By the way, the quest that it had for me was like a $25 quest or something, probably like for 70 rides, and I was wondering if the quests itself actually make you make less money than more money, because Uber or Lyft is anticipating that you're gonna make that extra money at the end, but of course, if you never reach your goal, you're not gonna really see that money. So because of that, they end up sucking you in to work longer hours, but you may not complete that bonus or whatever that they have for you. Therefore, you will not make that additional money that you were hoping to make. But Lyft or Uber would pay you less per each ride while you have the bonus selected, resulting in less money per each ride that you're going to be doing. So this is something that I was thinking is probably going on. I can't, really like prove it, right? It will be very hard. Let's just put it that way. So what I decided to do is I worked a whole week where I had bonuses selected, and I looked at the overall income, and I forgot the actual numbers right now. So I want to make sure that I'm completely being honest with you guys and telling you guys exactly what's going on. So what I'm gonna do for that is I'm gonna go ahead and pull over, even though I have autopilot, and I want to go into my Uber app, and we're gonna look at last week. And also I did cherry picking and stuff like that. So let's take a look at these numbers. So last week I made $895.54, and I worked for 45 hours. That's 69 trips. So let's take 895 divided by 45. 895 divided by 45. So I made $19.88, and that is gross pay, as you already know it. And the cost of Tesla, it's $415 per week plus charging. So you could easily remove $7 from that. That means I'm making $12.88, and that's kind of like what we're going to look at. Now you need to kind of figure out, for this math to work for you, how much does it cost you to drive per hour, and then look at your earnings, what you're making, and then just try to deduct that. And the way you could do that is just take the fuel portion. That would be the easiest way to be able to tell, because if you add depreciation and stuff like that, you're going to be like, well, first of all, that is happening. But let's just look at the fuel portion alone, because if you're making like $12.88 like I am, you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, whoa, that's not good. That's already not good, right? But obviously with this Tesla, insurance is covered, and everything else, and for the most part there's really no responsibility on my part. Like if there's something goes wrong with the Tesla, I'll be covered. But anyways, let's take a look at this week. So this week I worked less. I skipped Wednesday and Thursday. Monday I barely worked, but anyways, I've made $515.28 in 20 hours and 30 minutes. So you could already tell I'm doing twice as good this week. We still got today left over, which is Sunday. But anyways, let's take a look at that. So 515, I'm just gonna make it even. 515 divided by 20 hours. So 515 divided by 20 hours. So I'm making $25.75 this week. Obviously, slightly better than $25 an hour. Certainly better than under $20 an hour of last week. And this was going to be my test where this week I have no quest selected. So I want to take a look at quests right now, like what the offering is. So the quest is 60 trips for basically $30. So $25 for 50 trips. But this is Monday through Friday quest. But the one that was previous to this, I think it was like it was like $70 for I think like 85 trips, something like that. It was something insane. But I did not select it, and I think my theory is proving to be correct, that if you have a quest selected, then you'll just get paid less per each ride. And I think that this is what's been happening. So let me know if you have tested this type of theory, and like let me know if you were making less money as a result of selecting a quest. And then let me know how are you doing on a quest? Are you completing a quest? Because if you're not, you just now made less money, and on top of that, you did not make the quest money. And also, the quests recently, as you could tell, they've been ridiculously cheap. It just about doesn't make sense to do them. Especially, let's say like this $30 quest, right? For like basically 60 rides. That's like what, like 50 cents extra per each ride? Well, you could cherry pick and do a lot better than that. But if you're working on a quest, then certainly you're going to be selecting each little trip. That's kind of how they suck you in. Each little trip will take more time to complete, because just the waiting itself for each passenger, and you need that every little ride so that you could actually complete the bonus, ultimately churning you into sort of like a slave for basically Uber or Lyft. Okay, and that's a bad feeling. And this is something I was doing before. I was trying to complete every single quest, and that was so challenging. I mean, I see this now, and I'm not killing myself anymore for those quests. But before, at least the quest was worth it, but it sucked me in. And I noticed as I was working on the quest, like I was noticing that all of the rides are offering me like less than $1, you know. And now what I've been noticing is the rides are offering me at about $1 or like above $1, sometimes, you know, like way better. And for some reason, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but for some reason I've noticed better tips. The tips obviously could be this could be just like random anyways, like maybe I got lucky on, you know, certain customers and they appreciated me, but the tips were actually pretty good. I've gotten $10 tips, $5 tips, $8 tips, $7 tips, you know, like stuff like that. Like the tips was actually pretty good. Now, one thing that I like about Uber's analytics when it comes to earnings and stuff, you could actually see the details of the breakdown, like how much like I was actually getting in tips. So I've done 31 trips, if this tells you anything, right, this week, and I've gotten $60.88 in tips. And on top of that, I got $40 in cash tips. So that's like, I mean, I'm just gonna do this math in my head. That's over $2 a ride in tips. So that's actually quite good. So like the tips alone is like way worth it. But I wanna show you what, you know, this week looks like right now. Like, look at that. Like, this is what my week is looking like right now. And normally I don't work this little, especially with renting a Tesla. Obviously making $515 not great because I am paying $415 for the Tesla. So like ultimately, this week is turning out to be like basically I was like a slave to Uber basically. But in a way, right? I only worked 20 hours. Now, if I worked additional 20 hours, which would have been 40 hours, I would have made, let's say, double, which would be $1,015. So I would make essentially. Well, let's take a look at. Well, actually, we don't need to because I was gonna take a look at the per hour type of rate what I was gonna make, but ultimately I would make about probably something similar, $25 an hour and some change, almost like 26. So 415 would go towards paying the Tesla, and I would be left with basically, let's say, like $615 or what have you, because charging it only cost me $5 a day. So basically, as far as this goes, I think I've explained it enough. Next week I plan to work a lot better. But starting Monday, I will probably work a little less because sometimes you need like family time. But Wednesday and Thursday was my son's birthday, so we celebrated at the beach. So I did not work those days. And on Monday, can't remember what we did Monday. But anyways, it was a very short day. And yesterday, Saturday, I did not work that long. But yesterday I made $191.67 in 6 hours and 7 minutes, which was a Saturday. I could have continued working and made even more money, but I decided that I'm going to try working in the daytime just to see how things will be, just to make some kind of comparison, because mainly this week I've been working in the daytime, and I've noticed I'm making slightly more for some reason. And also last week I worked mainly like at night. So I'm trying to see if working in the daytime actually makes sense, if there is money to be made here. And what I've been noticing this week at least, that working at daytime is not so bad. Like, and when I say daytime, sometimes starting in the morning. Like today's Sunday, but I'm starting out like 1 p.m. basically. I'm gonna get something to eat right now really quick, and then I'm gonna start working. I'm hoping to do a little bit better next week, because obviously this week's numbers basically just cover the the cost of the Tesla. And I work so little to where I don't feel like I've been a slave, and ultimately not a great week, but we still got today to make money, so I could potentially make $200-300 in today, and then my week is gonna be just fine. Technically, it'd be like normal, like if I had like a normal job, except I'm driving a Tesla, right? So ultimately, with what I was saying, as far as the per hours goes, like where I was going with all this is, when you deduct the actual expense from your hourly rate, like what you're making at like Uber or Lyft, sometimes it's not that good. Like sometimes it's under $13, sometimes it's even less. But this week, sure, I got like a bigger expense because obviously I have the Tesla rental at $25 and some change, almost $26. If I deduct $7 out of that, let's just say out of $25, I'm making $18 an hour. So in that case, I'm making $18 an hour, which is better than minimum wage. And I'm driving a Tesla, and I don't have to pay for it. There's no responsibility, so I could put as many miles as I want on it, basically. So in that sense, this rental is just fine. Like, and if I chose like a regular job and just drove like a regular car, I would still be responsible for fuel, obviously, to get to the job, especially where I live. If I had to, let's say, like go to Charlotte to work, I mean, there's some jobs here locally, but if I had to drive to Charlotte, that still would be an expense for my regular car, and there would still be like insurance and other things. And on top of that, taxes gets taken out of you, and then you get some back, I guess, at the end of the year. So this week, even though I work less, my conclusion is I'm doing a lot better than minimum wage. $18 clean money. I'd say that's pretty good for being like a net type of pay, you know. Sure, right now we could do a lot better. There's a lot better jobs out there, but this Uber job, right? It still gives the most amount of freedom, and this is why I like it. You can do other things. You could work on your home business. You could do other things like managing, you know, something that you do online, like whether it's an Amazon store, an eBay store, or maybe you have some other business that you're doing on the side, maybe consulting, or maybe you got some kind of sales or whatever. You got to make some phone calls. This Uber job allows you to be able to do that. But I'm getting ready to start. Well, I already started, but like I'll let you guys know my progress. So what I've been doing, guys, is I've been driving to like Goodwill, and I've been buying stuff to sell as a reseller on Amazon. And if you guys want, I could tell you how that's doing, because what I'm trying to do is figure out how can I rent a Tesla, have the Tesla kind of pay for itself, and as I'm driving around buying things to resell, like I'm taking a client in that direction or taking a client to another direction that I want with destination mode and stuff, and it's sort of paying for my time for me to actually go shopping. Like it's giving me money to shop, it's paying for the Tesla, and I'm able to like have a Amazon reselling business on the side. If you guys don't know exactly what I'm talking about, like I'm talking about Amazon FBA, which means fulfilled by Amazon. And what that means is you send stuff to Amazon that you know will sell, and Amazon will ship these items for you as they sell. So that right there, my friends, can be pretty lucrative, because you need to find items. You got to drive around different parts of town to look for items to sell. You need to figure out what sells, and then as you buying these items, the cool thing is you could like right there and then package them up and ship them to Amazon, and have Amazon take care of the selling process for you, which means that it's kind of like you're working Uber, but you have an Amazon business on the side. And it means, for me, this is still kind of like a good idea, because, you know, this is not my Tesla. Like, I don't care. I put the miles on it. I'm getting paid on top of that. And on top of that, I'm taking care of my business. And in between clients, I could work on managing different stuff, like my YouTube channel, like, and everything else. But anyways, this is kind of like a little bonus that I just wanted to throw out there. But let me know, guys, what you think on all this. Are you doing anything else on the side besides Uber? And as you're doing like Uber and stuff, are you planning to maybe have some kind of side hustle, or maybe just working Uber is already enough? But with all that being said, this week was like a chill week for me. Obviously working 20 hours, I was like, really, like I was able to have a vacation and still made money, you know, like enough for the rental. And I feel that I gotten a lot done in my regular business while still renting a Tesla and doing enough rides to where I could actually keep this thing going. But at this point, I'm planning to still keep a Tesla for a while. But my mind changes a lot. Like I always look at things and I analyze things, and I'm only doing like this rental because right now it makes sense for me. As soon as it doesn't make sense, then I will be giving it back. But at this point, it makes sense. I still have a sense of freedom. I'm charging at home. Like right now, I left my home charger. It's my car's fully charged. I could drive where I want to. Yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.